chicks. It's Leah and I.
We're angelic
and
tonight.
Michelle.
Can you see?
We are.
Look at this. Shining down on our heads right now.
Right.
Because we are angelic. We're
Of course
actually
we
just
are.
on our deck and the lights are just kind of weird at night.
Okay, go ahead.
So guys.
Tell them what you want to tell them, Leah.
Want to tell you something. When he rolls up his sleeves, he ain't just putting on the Ritz. If you've been jabbed, you can take off the mask. Whoa. Yeah, so
we didn't practice that, so I had no idea what she was going to say.
If you guys have been watching some of the mainstream media, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, you know the doctor they put in all like the little health clinics all over the country?
Mm-hmm.
He was a little bit upset. He's been upset. He's like, dude, it doesn't make sense to wear the mask if you've been fully jabbed.
Lightning bug.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Hi, lightning bug.
Oh, it's at the time.
Yeah.
So even Savannah Guthrie, she's a mainstream media chick. She questioned Fauci pretty heavily. She's pretty upset. She's like, "What's up with the masks, man?" Like,
wasn't she the one that was worried about her daughter?
Yeah, she wants to know why the kids have to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
These are people asking legitimate questions,
and they should.
And we're on YouTube, and it's very interesting because the stuff that we couldn't say on YouTube a week ago or
now
before today, we can say today, but there's stuff we still can't say. Right. It's so weird.
It changes daily. Their community guidelines literally change by the moment according to what they want it to be.
Well, they're a CDC recommendation.
Yes.
So the CDC came out and first said, you're free if you are fully vaccinated.
Yes.
We live in a time of identifying as whatever you want to be.
I love that so much.
Yeah. So if you're fully vaccinated, then if you're they literally said this: if you're indoor or outdoor, you don't have to wear a mask. Then they had to walk it back because the Karens came out. The mask people were freaking out because number one, the Karens have been really upset because they're afraid. Oh, if I'm fully vaccinated, and I don't wear a mask, people think I'm a Republican.
I know.
Okay. So then, the masks have become.
Maybe they could get little yellow stars for them.
They become like vaccinated. A symbol. They become a symbol of who you are politically, which is really
religious.
Weird. It's not science. It's political. And so the CDC came out and they walked it back. They said, if you're indoors with other vaccinated people, how are you taking down notes?
Names.
But then
we're taking names tonight, people.
But then they said it's all fuzzy. Because they said you can be in public, outdoors regardless.
Right, good.
Yeah. But still trains, planes, buses, and penitentiaries.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Is it a jail? You still have to wear a mask.
It's
but what's so funny is but in workplaces and schools,
right, no
masks for the vaccinated. Yeah. So, but kids aren't vaccinated yet. So the teachers are going to be like not wear masks, and the kids are going to have to wear masks. Really, really weird. I think over the summer the things are going to change.
I think so too. Yes.
So our governor, Mike DeWine, has offered a lottery. You want to talk about that?
This is, I have to tell you, I think it's got to be illegal on multiple levels. I was talking to one of our UK correspondents, Horatio, and he said, I think that even in international law, based on coercion, it's also illegal. But I was thinking more like the Gaming Commission. So here's the rub. We have some leftover coronavirus relief funds here in Ohio of the tune to 5 mil, at least 5 million. Okay. Which is also the same 5 million. We're going to talk, it's a different 5 million, but the same figure that we're going to talk about later in the video. I just think that that's odd. Why are there just hunks of 5 million being thrown around? I don't know. But anyway, here in Ohio, if you get jabbed, you get entered into a lottery. They're going to use the Ohio lottery. They're joining together. This was in DeWine's email today, that they're joining together. So for everybody that gets one, I don't know if people that have had one in the past get rolled into this, because that's the only fair way to do it, I guess. Once a week for the next 5 weeks, one lucky winner will be going home. Who knows how they're going to break it down, with $5 million.
And for those under 17, a full ride
scholarship to college.
That's got to be in some other level. I've never heard of a scholarship or any sort of monetary
You can't.
reward.
It
Here's
has to
the,
be.
but here's the
Somebody's
thing.
going to take this to
No,
court.
no,
It has to be
it
illegal.
can't be legal because like they had to stop paying people for donating blood
Yeah, exactly.
to the tune that like it was still iffy to give away like a couple. They'll give you like a couple baseball tickets or like an ice cream.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But they
and
stopped paying
Let's
people.
talk about the McDonald's. The McDonald's thing, right?
Well, not even just for McDonald's, but for a lot of things. But for a good example, for legal purposes, like when they play their little Monopoly thing, it says no purchase necessary, that you can write in and ask for a game piece.
A game piece, yeah.
So I don't see how,
Because otherwise it's
with
gambling.
the gaming, otherwise it's gambling.
And here's
It's
the
a gamble.
thing.
It's a gamble.
The
It
fact
literally is gambling.
But the fact that they are joining together, I don't remember what it's called, just
And
the
to
Ohio
have
lottery.
under 18s gambling, is that? It's weird.
It has to be illegal on just so many levels. I can't wrap my brain around it, but I'm kind of excited because I think that everything that they have done that has flopped has benefited us. And this is going to be one of the
here's
biggest
thing.
flops.
I think the reason they're doing this is because our Ohio legislature has SB 22 out. They want to rescind the governor's powers. And that, I guess, takes effect on like June 23rd. So Mike DeWine's like, we're going to roll everything back before this takes place. So it looks like he still has the power rather than the legislature taking the power from the governor.
Right.
Okay. He was on a call with he was one of 6 governors with Joe Biden.
Oh my gosh.
And Joe Biden was like, we even have Republicans here. Mike DeWine from Ohio. Okay.
Not a Republican.
Yeah, not a Republican. He looks like he's kind of really sickly, by the way, Mike DeWine. Mike DeWine was actually in an ice cream parlor. His wife was eating ice cream. He was not. And he didn't have a mask on. Yeah, so, yeah,
But is he vaccinated? Maybe
Yeah,
that's why he didn't have his mask on.
Well, and also Ron Johnson in Wisconsin says he's not going to be vaccinated, that he's tested high for antibodies.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the deal, guys. They're planning a lot of stuff. And I want you to be at peace because every plan that they are putting into place is going to be foiled. Okay? I'm telling you, everything that they do, here's the deal. The Bible talks about everything that we put our hands to prospers. So what is the opposite of that? Everything that evil people put their hands to doesn't. And we have been seeing that unfold for a year.
So Joe Biden says, though, see, the Karens came out and said, oh my gosh, it's going to look like people who aren't wearing the muzzles are vaccinated, and the people who are vaccinated are going to be upset that people and so Joe Biden came out and said, here's the deal, get vaccinated or wear a mask. Here's your choice. You're the federal government. You don't get to tell me what my choices are.
What our choices are.
That's like I have to carry a baby that I want to carry, right?
Exactly. My body, my choice, man. My body, my choice.
I don't see anywhere in the Constitution where it says you can force me to have a medical procedure.
Exactly.
Which is the opposite of what we do with abortion. We're saying that you
Which,
can't,
by the way, according to their rules, wearing a mask is a medical procedure.
It is
They say that if you wear a mask, you are stopping the spread of a disease. That's a medical thing that you're doing. You can't force anybody to do any medical procedure.
Right. All right. So
so there's that. This is another drive-by news.
Drive-by newsing. And today, so I don't know if you guys knew this, but maybe I'm sure you guys do. There was a hack into a major pipeline along the East Coast. And these hackers had initially came out and said, we were just trying to make money. We didn't mean to cause all this havoc. And my friend Catherine was like, well, how were they planning to make money? Nobody knew. Okay, well, now we know. They were holding the codes to the pipeline ransom.
Now,
for $5 million in crypto.
Do you know what
they got it.
Crypto. You know what I miss?
What?
I miss the days of George W. Bush.
I know.
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
Today, Joe Biden was asked about this, and he said, I can't comment. You can't comment. This is a terrorist attack.
It's a terrorist attack on our oil, which is what
on
makes our country run.
Are literally shutting down the economy.
Yeah.
Okay, if they hadn't given,
I think 15,000 gas stations are without gas right now.
Gas is $7. There is one gas station, one BP in Virginia. that has $7 a gallon gas.
Oh my gosh.
$7 gallon gas. Over 68% in North Carolina
Without
gas stations do not have gas.
Holy Moses.
I don't know what it's at right now.
Now, the good news is, okay, for anybody that worries about this sort of thing, because the ransom was paid and the terrorists were appeased, and the call has gone out for anybody that if you terrorize the United States, they'll pony up and pay. Because that has happened, they're going to be able to get things rolling again. It'll be a few days inconvenience until the next hacker decides to hack our system and hold us ransom for more Bitcoin.
So here in Ohio, we have it pretty good. Our gas is only up $1 a gallon since January.
The faux president.
Our president, Donald J. Trump, he purposely brought gas prices down from Obama and then kept them really historically low.
Yeah.
And it was pretty nice. People liked it.
Nice.
And so that little Biden check you're gonna get for $1,400.
Oh my
it's just
goodness.
$1 extra gallon gone. Okay, we talked about this 20%, 20% inflation on consumer prices. Now, what I really want to talk about here, and I did put this in the title, is Israel is sending in ground troops to Gaza. Netanyahu says this operation will continue as long as necessary. The Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, sent ground troops into Gaza early this morning, local time, in an effort or Friday morning, to uproot Palestinian terrorists who have fired nearly 2,000 rockets at Israeli civilians over the past several days. Now, what happened to embolden the Palestinians, and where do you think they got? They got some Biden bucks too.
They got massive Biden butts. Trump had frozen the Biden butts. Had frozen these funds that were going to the Palestinians, and Biden and his butt unfroze those funds. And it just so happens that when those funds were unfrozen, they were able to afford rockets.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be aid, by the way.
The last word, food and shelter and blankets and stuff like that.
And rockets.
Yeah, whatever.
Of course, we're gonna fund their rockets.
But here's the rub. We are not. They want to take away our Second Amendment rights and our guns,
but we can fund their rockets.
All right. So the last word has not been said Netanyahu, and this operation will continue as long as necessary. That may have been a warning to the international community, including the United Nations, not to intervene until Hamas has been defeated. Explosions were seen over Gaza as Israel launched a massive wave of airstrikes against Hamas targets. Until now, Israel has used airstrikes to attack Hamas terrorists, flattening command centers, targeting senior officials, destroying weapons facilities, and taking out rocket launching crews in action. But it has been clear that air power alone would not get rid of Hamas, which has controlled Gaza since ousting the Palestinian Authority in a coup in 2007. In Operation Cast Lead in 2008 and 9, Israel invaded Gaza but stopped short of removing Hamas, as senior Hamas officials hid in the basement of a main hospital. In subsequent conflicts, Israel also stopped short of toppling Hamas for fear of destabilizing the region. And out of concern, the age of ISIS, that what replaced Hamas might turn out to be worse. Now, however, Israel may have no choice. With rockets reaching Tel Aviv and other major population centers, the Iron Dome missile defense system has intercepted 90% of the rockets, but several have penetrated that umbrella, causing deaths and forcing the country to close down schools and businesses.
Now, were you able to confirm yet that statement from Netanyahu?
No, I have not been able to confirm that statement, but his actions seem to be
in keeping with it. Someone had sent us a statement by Netanyahu, and we wanted, before we brought it to you guys, we wanted to be able to confirm that it was. It appears to be, and the gist of it is essentially Netanyahu coming and saying, "Listen, we're going to keep advancing until you stop, and we will kick out Hamas, and we will take this land, and it will be ours forever."
Okay, so here's the new rub. Okay, so Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Garner, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
And Jill Biden, they've been doing a tour together.
Oh, really?
And so
Jen and Jill.
Yeah, so they did a photo op where they ripped off their masks on Thursday, saying we feel naked. Senator Joe Manchin, who was also present at the event, encouraged the people of West Virginia to get vaccinated against the virus and said, "Everybody get vaccinated, you'll feel free." The First Lady said, "We are naked." Oh, no, okay, no, I didn't mean it that way. We feel free. We are thrilled to just be getting back to normal. It's so exciting. I kind of can't believe that I'm standing here without a mask on, looking at maskless faces, said Jennifer Garner. And we owe that to President Biden. We owe that in large part to Governor Justice. President Biden said he would get us vaccinated, and boy, did he mean it. She is a wonderful actress. Golden Globe. Can you guys hear some applause?
No, because I'm not buying it, because I lived through the last year, and President Trump is still claiming. I wish he wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he wouldn't. I'm actually glad.
Mm-hmm.
This statement makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, and I hope YouTube takes this to heart.
Right.
YouTube, if you're listening now, I am so glad we owe all of these vaccines to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
All of it. The responsibility,
Yeah.
the accolades, the credit, everything for these vaccines go to Joe Biden. We're going to just go with that.
So what I want you guys to do,
And I mean it.
First of all, I want you guys to be excited. I want you guys to watch my mom's videos. I don't always plug them as much as I probably should, but I'm going to get into some stuff that's actually way more powerful than just the news. She's got 3 videos up.
I think they're called Wait, Stop.
Look at Isaiah 58 Ministries, and then on Resistance Chicks Church is where you're going to find them.
No, I think it's on Resistance Chicks.
On Resistance Chicks now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're on Resistance Chicks,
they're a 3-part series.
Are they safe to be on Resistance Chicks?
I'm not sure, but they're there. I was thinking about it. I think that we're going to say that it is safe enough.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
They may fly under the radar.
Hopefully they fly under the radar. You look at the titles too.
You just say wait, stop.
Yeah. So
just wait.
Yeah. So
stop.
She's basically saying wait, stop to all the craziness out there. And in number 3, she has Amanda Grace and His Glory have on Bo Pony. And he says something that's really powerful, and I don't always agree with everything that he says, and Mom puts that in her video. But he is getting some words from God. And the one thing he says is, and this is so powerful, it hit me strong, and I hope it hits you guys. They get their power source, their literal generator for power is the federal fiat printing system of paper money.
Yes.
Without that,
stop. She says it's called Stop, Just Stop, Silver Squeeze, Success, Exodus.
Perfect.
Good.
So without the printing press, without the Federal Reserve, they have no power.
Yeah.
None. And that God's money is silver and gold. And a lot of people have a problem.
Calls it God's money.
A lot of people have a
really
problem
great.
with, oh yeah, you don't want to seek after silver and gold. It's a backwards thing where somehow it's better to seek after paper fiat than silver and gold.
Right.
It's a satanic twist because God says, silver and gold are mine. He also says that he hates unjust weights and balances, right? So what these people are able to do, like for example, without that fiat, that fake fiat, there's no bombing going on in Israel right now.
That's right. There's no World War II.
There's no World War II, but there's nothing. Israel doesn't have the equipment to even fight back.
Right.
Hamas and the Palestinians have nothing to fight Israel with.
Right.
And we're back to hand-to-hand combat, which is smaller in scale and less destruction.
The funds that were unfrozen, they're fake.
They're fake.
They come out of the ether. We actually don't have them. They
come
are
out of the ether.
negative.
Yeah.
They are a debt.
So in draining the swamp, there is only one thing holding that sludge in, and it is the federal fiat printing system.
That's right.
When that drain comes out, the swamp is drained, and then God can fill in when the plug comes out. God can fill it in with clean air. Have any of you ever had a really nasty kind of pool that you've had to drain to refill? And it's got, like, we used to have a pool here and frogs and all kind of wildlife.
That was only when we started it up at the beginning of the season.
In the beginning of the season,
but it would have to be in the middle of the season.
But it have to be drained.
Yes.
And then it would be clear, clear. Very interesting, because I've had 3 words that have had to be fulfilled since May of 2015. One was Russia, Russia, Russia. Totally from God. You guys want prophetic words? You're at Resistance Chicks. I'm a prophet, dude. I'm telling you. Other people have dudes like, I'm a prophet so-and-so. Go to my prophet so-and-so and send me money. It's hilarious to me.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, this is a prophecy that makes me a prophet. Okay. Because God told me in 2015, literally, Russia, Russia, Russia.
Right.
I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just telling you that God told me this in 2015 before it was even a thing. Before the Steele dossier had ever been created, God knew it was going to happen. Which means it's part of his plan.
Right.
Okay. He also then said Sunday.
Sunday,
and I thought
Sunday,
it
Sunday.
meant the day Sunday. So I kept waiting for years, it seemed like, but it was 2 years. And it was the solar eclipse. And Michelle has a prophecy about this eagle going from, it was the solar eclipse that went from the West Coast to the East Coast. So powerful. Okay. It's going to happen again in
2024, actually.
2024. It's going to be epic. Okay. So 2017 to 7-year thing. It's just amazingly powerful. It's so anointed. God is speaking to us in the sky. He spoke to us with the blood moons on the high feast days in 2014, 15, and 16. The last time that triad happened was a Christopher Columbus.
I know.
It's so powerful. So God is speaking to us. But
so when we were in Kentucky viewing
Tennessee, but yeah.
Oh, was it Tennessee? Well, the very tip. Viewing the solar eclipse, it hit you on the field. I remember it. You were like, "Oh my gosh,
Sunday."
So
God was speaking to us. He's like, "I'm bringing a solar eclipse. It'll be like a twilight for a moment, and then the sun will come back." And what happens during the solar eclipse is that the birds and the wildlife think for a moment that it's twilight, that the sun's getting ready to set. So they stop chirping. They start to it's all quiet, and everything goes quiet. It doesn't go completely dark, but it goes almost dark. And then as the solar eclipse stops, the birds chirping, the sun comes out again, and it's this amazing thing. And so I got a prophecy that said, it was in 2019, that the earth would stand still.
I got the exact same. We actually both got the exact same word at the exact same time. And the word that God gave me in addition to that is, when the earth settles, all will be made known.
All will be made known. So the dust hasn't settled, but what's very interesting is that if Eric and Kelly are watching, Mom said that they've been walking in the power of the prophetic. One reason is that they're on the land that was in their families. Kelly's dad actually built their house they live in. Mom was saying
that's awesome.
But they were walking in anointing, and Kelly had said something about sediment. So you go to the ocean, you go to a pond, you make you shuffle your feet, and there all the sediment, and the water looks murky, and then it takes time for it to settle. So 2020 was a time of God shaking. It was also kind of very interesting because we're helping to clean out a friend's fish tank. So it gets kind of murky. Okay. But then you're cleaning out all the poo.
Yeah.
You're draining the swamp, basically.
Exactly.
Okay. So God is changing out the water. God is doing a water change. Okay. And the poo's everywhere, and poo is going all the place, and God is sucking out the poo.
Oh dear.
That's why it's coming to the surface. That's why there seems like there's poo everywhere. No, the poo has been there.
Yes.
Okay. It's been the tank is toxic.
That's right.
Okay. None of us can breathe. We're all dying. Okay. God is doing a water change.
Yeah, that's good.
We are going to have, and the third thing that the word gave me in May 2015 was nuclear. Now, I always thought, and you guys know, we fight all the time about how to pronounce this word.
You just said it right.
Okay. And I want to say it wrong only because I have a streak in me that wants to be ornery, and I don't want to be told what to do.
Right.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be told what to do.
Right. It's so when it makes Michelle happy that I pronounce it right, then it makes me mad. I just don't want to say anything. But
there's a reason why you brought up how you say it. I think I know where you're going with this.
It needs to be new, clear.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna have something that's a new kind of clear.
It's so good.
Okay. Here's the thing. We have like 150 Republicans that want Trump out or whatever. I don't know where these 150 Republicans are coming from. I have no idea. I don't know if you guys.
OCD.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Liz Cheney is gone. I don't know if we did a video on this, but Liz Cheney is a rhino of the first degree. She hates Trump. She voted to impeach him.
Very, very powerful woman in the Republican Party.
She said that she's going to make it her mission to make sure Trump never runs again, is never part of the Republican Party. Go ahead and make our day. He's got a 90% approval rating amongst the Republicans. Yeah. You guys are on the wrong side of history. Yes. There's going to be a runoff between some anti-Trump guy and Elisa Stefanik, who has become like full-on MAGA. I'm like,
although I'm curious about why Jenna Ellis doesn't like
there's because she hasn't been full-on MAGA. Okay, she's been for undocumented illegal aliens getting citizenship.
Okay.
She's bucked Trump on the border wall funding. There's been a lot of stuff, but she knows which side her
Bread is
buttered
buttered
on,
on.
and she wants to eat the buttered bread.
Okay.
So
I like buttered bread.
She's smart, and
She's a firecracker.
She's a firecracker, and right now we need somebody who's as smart and a firecracker. And here's the thing: if you pledge your life, your fortune, and a sacred honor on the line, you deserve some respect. And so she is going to get this position, and I think it's going to be a good thing, because even if it's just her rhetoric, we need her to have the sound bites out there right now. And the mainstream media is literally crying a river over a Republican getting out of leadership. What they're saying is, we had a person. Do Republicans have a person in the Democrat Party in high leadership?
Yeah.
No, that's not how this works.
It's not how this works.
Okay, so anyways, that's good news for us. But back to Bull Pony, where he says that the powers that be, the global elites, their power source is the Federal Reserve, the printing press. Came in 100 years ago. Okay, it's got to go.
100 years ago.
It's got to go. God is. I want you guys to understand something. So in 2020, things got going, and things began to flip. But as the dust settles, and it all is made known, the reason why Kim Clement said there would be 2 presidents, and I'm just saying as a prophecy, okay? And because you do, I'm just saying a prophecy from a guy who, a prophet, whatever. But the reason Trump had to step aside for a second is because as all this falls, it's not going to be his fault.
Oh my gosh, did Bo Pony say that?
No, me.
That was really good.
I've always known that. I was like, how can the economy collapse and everything go cuckoo?
Okay,
Trump is
I wish we could
in
just
the leadership position.
change the title of this whole video, because that message needs to go out amongst, like, I want to go on all these channels now and spread that message, because it's going to encourage a lot of patriots out there. Why is this happening? We've all known it's happening because God is moving in the midst. But to put it into words, and we've kind of danced around that and said it in not so many words since January. So, but for you to put it in those words,
one
I
of
think
our
it's
favorite
really
movies
powerful.
is Sahara.
I love that
You're
movie.
gonna love it. It's hilarious. I kind of think Michelle and I have the banter of Matthew McConaughey and his friend.
We do.
You can be Matthew McConaughey. I'll be the friend. I know. That's him. Steve Vaughn. Is that his name? He's hilarious. I love that guy.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. So, anyways, in that movie, there's a bad guy in Africa. It's called Sahara, and he's got all these solar panels, these little mirrors, these mirror things, and the company is working okay. It's got this drip and it's poisoning everything, right? But the power is okay. The power's working,
Right.
But the bad guy has to hit the button, and then like the thing it blows up, right? It explodes.
Spoiler
it
alert.
explodes, right?
Spoiler alert.
And so with Trump, the Federal Reserve explosion button, the plane losing power, it's never going to lose power, because Donald Trump is a genius, and he knows how to keep the economy afloat on like no engine
Hang on.
power.
What you're saying is it has to collapse. You guys, I know this is scary, but it has to happen. The machine has to stop, or like you said, it has to explode.
Yeah.
And with Donald Trump in power,
it can't, because he's too good. He's too good. He's too good. He knows how to keep it. He knew how.
It would after he died and
years
later.
Years.
But it needs to happen now.
Exactly. And so, if you've ever seen the part in the movie where the bad guy is pushing that power to the red zone, and you see the little needle going, and everybody in the background, and it's going like this, and they're like, no, you gotta bring it back, bring it back, and then right. So Donald Trump knew how to bring it right here, right, and it would eventually get to here in like 100 years or so. But Joe Biden, well, he's not doing it, but like the Green New Deal people, they just went boom, boom, and then it went boom, boom, and now it's going. The economy has already imploded. There's no coming back.
There's no coming. And I said that too. I did. I was doing a little video for friends today, and I said that to them. I said, hey guys,
There's no more prepping.
just there's
Write
no
it
more
out.
prepping.
Okay,
It's
so
already there.
so we're on an airplane in the
Mhm.
sky, and the engine
Has
died.
stalled. There's
Okay.
no turning it back on.
I have good news for you. God is going to take us in, and the righteous, in for a very soft landing, but not the way planes normally land.
Exactly.
Okay, the engine has been cut. Now that's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve engine. They pushed it
Too far.
with the Great Reset.
It should have happened in 2008.
Yes, but they didn't. It wasn't pushed all the way.
Right.
And there
And
were
then they
people,
propped
and
it up.
actually there were some smart people who, and there were other people who weren't in on the Great Reset.
Yes.
So they were like, no, we can fix this economy. And the other guy's like, no, we can do this. We can fix it. We're going to fix it, right? So they were waiting for Hillary Clinton to come in, and they were going to do the Great Reset, and it's going to be all this, this great thing. So, like, Klaus Schwab, this is like their thing. You can go and watch them. They've got this movie Thrive Out. They're telling you, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. All this crypto, blah, 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 blah. So, like with the Ransom people getting $5 million, what that goes to show you is that, like, what are they going to go after next? Like nuclear codes, like Ransom, can I have $20 million to the nuclear plant?
No.
What is this? No, it just literally, what if they did it in like 2 gas pipelines?
I know, right?
And what's also hilarious is they shut down
Don't
that
give 'em any
Keystone
ideas.
pipeline that would have brought gas.
And that is the irony of this whole thing.
know.
It makes me I shouldn't be cracking up because people lost jobs and all of that. But I'm like, guys, let me say this, and then you can get back to this. Is another thing that I was saying to my friends. I said, we have been praying for this to happen for decades. Okay. We have been preaching it for, I don't know, 15 or 20 years minimum. Okay. It's happening. So let's make it happen fast.
Yeah, let's just get
Let's
over
just
it.
get it over with.
Get it over with.
Rip the Band-Aid off, reset the bone. You know what I'm saying?
Nuclear.
We're already here.
Yeah, let the dust
Let's
settle.
just do it. Boom.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen.
So here's the thing. God needed these people into place because he had to be able to use something and work it out for good. Okay, because it was so far gone. Okay, it was so far gone for God to do some sort of radical master healing. Okay, this is a flip. This is a God judging the wicked, but rewarding the righteous.
That was good. Oh my gosh, that was like
Judging the wicked, rewarding the righteous. It's like a karate move.
it was definitely
boom,
Karate Kid.
yeah, boom, boom. Okay,
I was
and so
feeling that one.
I'm very excited because what
felt
we're
it.
seeing is that people are rising up. They're speaking the truth, and they're making huge changes in legislatures. I want you guys to go and read the letter from the Arizona Senate to Maricopa County Board of Electors. I don't know if YouTube allows me to talk about this stuff, but this is legit.
You better be careful.
This is legitimately. They have 3.
Can we just dance around it?
Yeah, they have 3 major concerns.
Okay.
One huge file drop is missing from the hard drive. Bags. Their seals are gone. And the ballots do not match the numbers. They don't. And there was one more thing I can't remember. Go read the letter. It's very powerful. So they're being subpoenaed. Or not, I don't know if they're being subpoenaed, but they're coming in. They got to talk about things. I don't know if we're allowed to air that. We probably
This
won't
is
even try.
literally when Desi Arnaz comes in and says, Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
So they're going to call them in. They need some explaining to do.
Maricopa County Board of Electors, you got some explaining to do.
You can go and listen to Steve Bannon's War Room to get the lowdown on this, but Mark Fincham has some harsh words.
Don't say his name.
Okay, don't say his name. He's
I
a
don't know.
state legislator.
Well, you don't usually say it right.
Okay, well, he has some harsh words for them.
Okay.
And so I don't know where that's going to go, but it's powerful. And you can read that. Go read it. So anyways, I want you guys to be excited. I want you to know that God is moving. I want you to know that the plan has begun and that the Great Reset has begun.
The Great Reset.
It started on my birthday in March 11th of last year.
Yep.
That was when it was declared a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And they started their Great Reset.
Yep.
And the clock began to tick. And then suddenly, everything that they had planned backfired. It's all backfired. Because you can't contain liberty. You can't contain liberty-minded people.
You can't keep us down. You can't stop it.
I did hear from the Babylon Bee that they have strapped down the founding fathers in their graves to keep them from rolling over.
That's good. I like that.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to sign off here. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to know that the word of God is going forth, that it's moving in a powerful way.
Yes.
And that every time you see crazy things like Joe Biden saying, you know, you have a choice, do this or wear this, you're like, are you my mom? Are you my dad? Like, who are you? Like, I got to go mow the lawn or take out the trash. Like, what is this? You know? This is America. I got a flag. I'm turning around and see our little Betsy Ross flag behind us. All right, guys. So we love you. God loves you. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. We'll be live. We're going to probably do part of our show on here and the rest on D Live and Twitch and
Cloud Hub and Facebook.
And
And it will be uploaded everywhere else, all the norms. But you guys can be subscribed to resistancechicks.com. Go and sign up for the email
a very
letter
funny
there.
thing. They have moved the Nigel thing next Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
From a bistro that wouldn't let them hold it. Wouldn't let them hold it. I guess they didn't like what was going on. Maybe they didn't know who Nigel was, and maybe they now do. So they're like, it was the email and the text message made it out to seem we're not welcome here anymore. So we are welcomed in to
it's called the pub.
It is a British pub here in Cincinnati. There are British flags everywhere.
And
on their menu is bangers and mash. All your
they have
stuff.
the best rated fish and chips in the United States, apparently.
Their desire is to give you the feel of an old-fashioned British pub. And so what better place?
But they have, depending, you can look it up on the internet.
The pub Cincinnati.
And there are satellites. There's, I think, a few down in Florida and several in Ohio. But it started here in Montgomery, which is so interesting because I was just telling our friend Serge in a message the dream that I had 2 years ago, that we were in a packed restaurant with Nigel Farage, and I dreamt that it was in a restaurant that's also local to us called the Montgomery Inn, that I'm pretty sure is like right down the street.
That's
on like the same road.
That's hilarious.
And it's the same kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I literally dreamt this thing. I'm like, okay, God, what are you gonna do? I don't know, but it's gonna be awesome. So that's gonna happen on Tuesday. We probably won't stream it live because I want the video to be quality. And we will upload probably his entire speech. I know people do that all the time. I don't think that would be copyrighted or anything like that. And then when we meet Nigel,
the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum are great. If you guys ever visit Cincinnati, you should definitely go.
Yes. All right. We love you guys. God loves you. God bless. Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory.
If it's a truth.
And that's a fact. You can take that to the bank. Okay. We love you guys. God loves you. God bless.